Hello friends, welcome again to your own YouTube channel Ask Your Gynecologist. I am Dr. Sonal Parihar. As usual, I have come back with a new topic for you all. Now today's topic is a very small topic and a very rarely seen condition. But then patients who have actually experienced this, people who have actually had this syndrome during their pregnancy will probably understand what I am talking about. Otherwise, for others, probably this topic is unknown, they have never heard of it. But then the reason I chose this topic is because you should be aware that such kind of condition exists during pregnancy and this can happen. Well, today's topic is amniotic band syndrome. That is formation of certain bands inside the amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid is the fluid which surrounds the baby inside the uterus, which we all know. Right? Now, why do these bands develop and how dangerous are they? This we are going to discuss today, and because they can be as dangerous that they can even cause amputation of the limbs of the fetus, of the baby. Right? So before we actually proceed, let me just tell you that DocWise app is working very well. It is a mobile application. You can just download it from the mobile Play Store, and then if you insert my PIN, you will be directly connected with me with my mobile. Now, it is like WhatsApp. You can share your reports. You can get direct consultation from me. I can send you prescription. You can also send me voice message. Sometimes if you request me to call you back, I can call you back, but only on an Indian mobile number. It is not working outside India. Yes, you can share your reports from outside India as well. Right? So when it comes to text messages, it can be, it is possible when you are sitting outside India, but when it comes to calls, then it has to be an Indian number. Right? Now, because of network problems, because of some, probably the phone doesn't support DocWise, because of this, sometimes I am not able to give you a call. The phone doesn't, the call doesn't go, or sometimes when I send you the voice message, you are not able to download it. So these are some practical problems which the patients are facing. So I would just suggest, since it is an online application, use it like WhatsApp. Just send your reports and be happy with the text messages, because I am giving you prescription. I am giving you all the advice in written. Now, the next way to contact me is through super chat. Now you all know that I go live every second day. Now it is a live chat. It is very difficult to answer all the questions in the live chat because there are so many questions. So what I normally do is I look at the live chat and then I answer the questions, these questions, in the next session. Super chat will allow you to get the answer there and then, because when you use super chat, the question will flash in a blue colored block and then I will answer the question there and then. Now, because the questions are increasing and YouTube has stopped giving notifications, you must have seen in my live videos which are there on the channel, when you click on them you cannot see any comment. So I have to actually replay the live chat, and then when the chat is going on, I'm speaking and the questions are kind of passing on. So it is very difficult for me to pause the video every time, select the question and take a screenshot. So what I have done is, now I put a community post just a day before I go live, and then in that post I request you to put all your questions, so that when I open that chat I can see all the questions. It is very easy for me to choose the questions. Right? Now I am planning to go live on Instagram as well very soon, because there are many patients who have joined my Instagram channel. So I will be putting a notification on the YouTube in the community post that I will be going live today or tomorrow on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, and then there I will go live, and then you can probably ask medical as well as non-medical questions. I would say stick to non-medical questions, but if you have a medical question, then feel free to ask me there on the Instagram. Right? Now, other ways to contact me would be coming to my hospital directly. This is my address. You can always contact me there. That will be the best way, and I have given you my secretary's number. You can take an appointment. Right? So coming back to the topic, amniotic band syndrome. Friends, this topic, as I told you, is it is a very rare condition. Now, amniotic bands, as the name suggests, amniotic membrane is the membrane which forms around the fetus, around the baby. It has got different layers, 2-3 layers. So sometimes during the course of time of in the course of duration of pregnancy of 9 months, sometimes the inner layer of the amniotic membrane ruptures because of whatever reason, and then it causes some fibrous tissue to enter the amniotic fluid. In the last video on meconium, we discussed that in the amniotic fluid there are many other structures. It is not just plain water. It has vernix caseosa, it has lanugo, it has epithelial cells of the fetus, it has some meconium. There are many things. Now, if these fibrous structures from the amniotic membrane, they enter the amniotic fluid, they kind of sometimes become thick and they kind of join together, they become like strands, and then they can wrap themselves around the baby. They can wrap themselves around the baby's head or the shoulder, hands, fingers, legs, and they can cause problems. Now, if you look at the incidence of actually having amniotic bands in pregnancy is 1 out of 1200. So 1 out of 1200 pregnancies will show amniotic bands in ultrasound. It can be easily diagnosed after 12 weeks if the machine is good and the doctor who is examining doing ultrasound is experienced enough. You can see like fine thin strands floating in the amniotic fluid. Now 70% of such strands, they disappear. 70% means 7 out of 10 will disappear in the due course of time and will not cause any problems. 30% will stay. They will stay till the end of the pregnancy. Many a times doctors are not able to diagnose this during ultrasound, right? It is very difficult to diagnose. As I said, it needs a very experienced sonologist who has actually seen such things before, fine strands. Now generally these things are diagnosed retrospectively when the baby is born, and we can see some kind of injury, some kind of cuts or some abrasions on the skin somewhere in the body which we do not know why this happened. So we blame it on the amniotic bands. Probably some amniotic bands were formed during pregnancy which have damaged the skin. Now many people ask, will this be painful? Well, if the baby's skin is damaged, if it is having infection because of that damage, or if the finger is cut, there is some kind of amputation going on, partial or complete or whatever, then yes, it will be painful. Otherwise they are not painful. Even if they kind of wrap themselves on the baby, around the baby, that is not painful. Now why do they disappear? They disappear because the baby is growing. Right, baby is growing and these bands, they get compressed against the uterine wall and they kind of disappear. Now as I said, it is just 1 out of 1200 that we diagnose amniotic band, but for amniotic band to become a syndrome, it has to affect the baby. If the baby is getting affected because of these bands, then it becomes an amniotic band syndrome, and this is very, very rare. 1 out of 15,000 pregnancies will show amniotic band syndrome. So as I said, it is very rare. I have never seen it. I have actually experienced this. Probably you can say patients keep asking me. I've had a few patients, not many, but very few patients asking me this question on YouTube in the live session. I've had one patient who asked me this question during the DocWise app consultation, and then obviously when I was reading my medical sciences, I came across this syndrome. But as I told you, in my 20 years of practice, I have never come across this syndrome, right? So it is very, very rare. Now how do we treat it? It's very difficult. It needs a very experienced surgeon who is experienced enough to do uterine surgeries, intrauterine surgeries. He's trained enough to do that intrauterine surgeries. So in that case, if we can see the amniotic band clearly causing harm, very big harm to the baby in kind of amputation or causing deformities in the spine, the skull, the face, in that case we introduce a very thin instrument inside the uterus, ultrasound guided, and then we just cut the band. Now this is something which is not probably done by everyone. It is getting done somewhere in the world because it is there in the research, it is there on the internet. So whatever I'm telling you is basically what I have read, what I have never seen, and it is just for you to know that such things do happen. Okay, so that's it guys. This is all you need to know about amniotic bands. I hope nobody suffers from this kind of syndrome, and if you like the video, please click the like button, share it, subscribe to it, and thank you very much for giving tremendous response to this channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care.